Well, let's break down the program, okay? The original intent of how the 5-in-1 to be in the best fat burn. So I'm going to break down the program that if I were you, and this is the way anytime I do program, I don't do it very often, but once in a while I'll jump back on the 5-in-1 and I'll tighten things up, if I get a little lazy, okay? But this is how I lost 65 pounds in 12 weeks. And then I've seen people lose a lot quicker than that. Now, we all reach a desired weight a little bit different and at different time. But I'm going to let you know, if you want to lose weight the quickest and the fastest and be in the best fat burn, have the highest energy, almost zero hunger cravings, and the only hunger cravings that you have is out of habit because you realize after church, you always go to the same burger joint. And so it's a mental habit, not a physical habit. Or you have other people that bring in chicken wings into the office and you're like, my goodness, this is driving me crazy. I'm all of a sudden hungry. Yeah, you know what? You're smelling old things, okay? Tips right now to be in your best fat burn. Get your pens and paper out. Number one, the first thing that touches your lips, if you were starting day 1 tomorrow, the first thing that touches your lips tomorrow morning is what you will crave more of. Okay? My suggestion is get up, drink 8 to 16 ounces of water before you drink anything else. Okay? Whatever you touch first on your lips, you will crave more of. You touch caffeine first, you'll crave more caffeine. All right? Number 2, eat your first Optavia fueling within 30 minutes of waking up. Your first meal, within 30 minutes of waking up. Okay? If you were starting tomorrow, I would also tell you to get a good night's sleep tonight. Most people don't realize that actually sleep impacts your weight loss as much or more than anything else. You want to get a good night's sleep and you're in fat burn, get a good night's sleep tonight. Get at least 7 to 8 hours, uninterrupted sleep, and you watch what happens if you want to see the scale move tomorrow. So I am kind of talking to get the scale to move right now, okay? Good, Carrie. I'm glad you do that on maintenance. Next is right after you have your first meal within 30 minutes of waking up, okay? I'm just going to even show you guys because I still eat 6 meals a day. I'm going to see if I have it here. Look, well, the time's off right now. Well, I can't show you, but anyway, my phone still says meal 2, meal 3, meal 4, meal 5. From the moment you eat your first meal, go into your iPhone and set your alarm for exactly 2 hours and 45 minutes. Don't eat before it and don't wait 1 minute longer. 2 hours, 45 minutes. Again, these are tips to get into the best fat burn, to feel the most amazing, and to, you know what, slam through and just hit your goal and quit monkeying with it. Next is, for the fastest weight loss, anything that comes out of one of the powdered fuelings, okay, are going to get you to your weight quicker. It just is. So the brownies are good. The oatmeal, every single morning, right before I go to the gym, I have an oatmeal. It's my favorite fueling of the day. I bounce between the apple cinnamon and the brown sugar. Now, and then my other favorite one is the strawberry shake and then the chia bliss. Okay, now these are just mine. Now here's the good news. Food is just a tool. Some of you guys, and I see these team pages lighten up lately. I don't like the oatmeal. Okay, well then great. And I'm sorry, I'm going to go a little unplugged here because I really care about you guys, and I'm dead serious. Some of you guys don't know me. You're like, dude, this guy's kind of intense. I'm tired of seeing people on the team pages and the client pages struggle and talk about how they're having a hard time in their health journey. And I'm like, just follow the guide the way it's intended to be, okay? So the food is just a tool. There's 64 choices of food fuelings to choose from. Find one you like. Well, Doug, I don't really like any of them. Well, I don't think you're the best fit for the program because clearly the problem is food is too important to you and the taste of it. That's probably why we're in the predicament that we're in. I know that was a little direct, but also your taste buds will change the healthier you get, okay? The first time I had my first meal wasn't my favorite either, but I powered through, found the stuff that I liked. It's a tool to get you to where you want to go. Okay, I happen to drive my car home today from my office where I've been working. My wife drove our SUV home from our office where she's been working, which is the same place. We got here at 2 different times, And actually, we took 2 different ways because I stopped by the chiropractor on the way. The point is, it's a tool. She prefers to drive the SUV. I kind of like driving the car. Mine's a little faster, quicker, and corners better. Guess what? She can haul a lot of people, and it kind of looks pretty cool too. They're both means of transportation. Find something that you like. And remember, I want to get from A to B. So if I just utilize one of the tools, they all get me to the direction. Find something that you like, okay? Man, time flies when I'm having fun. Okay, is this okay? I want to make sure I'm not offending anybody. All right. Okay, I'm not seeing any hate mail come in yet. That's a good thing. Okay, I'm going to power through this. My suggestion is don't have more than 3 bars a day. The more powdered goods you can have, mixing it up with straight water, the quicker that you will lose. Seriously, you want to lose weight the quickest? Do like 5 shakes and 1 lean and green every single day. You watch that scale move like there ain't nobody's business, all right? Okay, the first 3 days, if you get hungry or start feeling a little lightheaded, like, oh my goodness, I'm lacking energy, go have a cup of chicken bouillon. The cubes, the little cubes, chicken bouillon, I can't even see in there. Little cubes. Here's how serious my coach coached me. Okay, and please don't blame any of your coaches if your coaches didn't coach you like this. But it was my first day. I didn't go buy chicken bouillon. My coach was like, Doug, you're feeling lightheaded. You're a little sluggish in the afternoon on your first few days. Your body's adjusting into fat burn. First of all, power through. 2, he kind of said, quit being a little, I'll call it a baby. All right. But he did kind of say, quit being a little bee. And I thanked him for that. And I said, but I don't have any chicken bouillon. It's beef bouillon. Okay. He's like, Doug, it hasn't been approved with our program. I wouldn't play with fire. My suggestion is go down to Safeway and pick up some chicken bouillon. It's exactly what I did. Okay, so first 3 days, have a cup of chicken bouillon that does not count as a meal. It's going to help you. It's going to fill your stomach a little bit more and power through that. Okay, remember, we're eating every 2 hours and 45 minutes. 2 hours, 45 minutes. Do not eat. Do not even nibble. Don't open that fridge. Nothing until that alarm goes off at 2 hours and 45 minutes. Okay. Now the next question is, yeah, but Doug, can I have LaCroix? That's the same as water, right? There's nothing in it. And, what about this sparkling ice? Doug, it says there's 0 this, 0 that, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And there's nothing but vitamin C and vitamin A. So my question to you is, and here's one I'm going to challenge you. If it's got 0 in it, how can it look like that? You know what I'm saying? If it's got nothing in it, how can it look like this and taste like that? Okay, all this stuff, carbonated water, Pellegrino, I don't know how you pronounce the stuff, is not the same as water. Good old tap water, if you live in Oregon or a state that just has the purest water ever, in Utah, or go down and buy 16-ounce bottles or whatever you want to buy and start guzzling straight up water. You can have up to 2 flavor infusers a day. I think maybe it's actually 3 or 4 now. But I stick with 2. If I'm in weight loss mode, I stick with 2, and I break up the flavor infusers across all my 100 ounces of water a day, and it's perfect. Yeah, you know what, Susie, I use gallons of jugs too. Purposeful hydration, yes. You can have up to 2 or 3 of those a day. It's great while in weight loss mode, okay? All right. If it's not in the guide, well, I haven't got there yet, but basically, if you can't find it in the guide, it's not a part of your program right now, okay? It's just not a part of your program right now. But the good news, everything comes back within balance, right? It's kind of like, well, I won't go off on analogies, I don't got time for them. So let's talk about your coffee, okay? If you're in weight loss mode and you want to be in the best fat burn, you can have up to 2 cups of coffee, up to 16 to 24 ounces max of black coffee, okay? You can use your fat condiments for the splashes of either sugar-free syrup. But remember, if you use sugar-free syrup, you just lost your what's the stuff called? Your dressing for dinner. So you just pick and choose your poison, right? Literally poison, because if you go too much on the condiments, you get hangry. Cravings start coming back. You're like, man, I'm losing weight, but I'm just not feeling that good. This is when people don't get into that good fat burn. It takes 4 days to get into a good fat burn. Avoid all condiments is my suggestion. Like, gosh, Doug, relax. Yeah, my desire is to help you lose 2 up to 7 or 8 pounds a week if that's what you desire. But what I'm seeing is the numbers are kind of getting watered down because everyone's like, oh, have you tried sugar-free whipped cream on your brownie? No, don't do it. You're playing with fire. Modified plan gets butchered results. It just does, okay? Well, thank you, Jennifer. Okay, soda, you know what? We're all building on habits. I did drink Diet Coke during my weight loss phase. It worked. And now I've eliminated soda pretty much from my life, diet soda even. But I kind of used during my weight loss phase, during fat burn, like a Diet Coke or a Diet Dr. Pepper would almost be like my treat. Like, man, and it tastes different too when you don't have it hardly ever. So I'm not going to get into the sodas and stuff. That's just something to keep in mind. Okay, your lean and green. Pick around what time you want to have your lean and green. Some people think I can only have it at night. If you find that come 3 or 4 o'clock, you are super hungry, split up your lean and green. Have some for lunch. Have a little bit for dinner. Maybe have it for breakfast. I don't know. But do something that works for you. Exactly, Chris. So we are getting back to the basics because our program hasn't changed. In fact, it's gotten better. The problem is, and I take personal responsibility on behalf of Optavia. Optavia, in my opinion, and I'm working with them personally on this, we have given our clients way too many options to allow the program to work for them versus having you work for the program. The moment you work for the program and say, this is what I want, this is where I'm at now, Doug, I don't care what it tastes like, I'm willing to get there. If you work for the program, you get crazy, amazing results. Okay? So your lean and green real quick, and then I want to try to take a couple questions in the comments, okay? Because I won't be able to do them live for the sake of time. Is your lean and green. Go back, again, just my suggestion, have as many of the leanest proteins as you can a week. Splurge on your leans, meaning I would have up to two of your lean and greens a week, I would have fish. And I would have at least 3 of your lean and greens, I would have chicken. And then maybe 1 or 2 have a red meat. And then if you want to, okay, I'm going to say it. If you want to have the cauliflower pizza or all these recipes that you can find on Pinterest, I know even the Optavia quote unquote approved ones, I'm just saying you are playing with fire and you will slow your weight loss down. You just will. And you're like, gosh, Doug, but what? I don't know why. I'm just saying go back to a good old-fashioned piece of grilled chicken, salad, olive oil and balsamic. Call that thing a good dinner. Like, yeah, but Doug, yeah, but Doug, I want to be at my healthy weight, and I'm sick of this last 20 pounds. I'm going to knock this thing out. Okay, then I can get back into all the cauliflower and zucchini squashes and zucchini. Oh, but have you seen this? And no, you can't have cheese on this stuff, my friends. I'm seeing more and more recipes. Oh, but you can have this. No, the cheese creates hangriness and it makes a desire for more cheese. Okay? So just know that if you're starting to get into that type of stuff, you are slowing your weight loss. And if you're okay with that, continue. But if you want to be in the best fat burn, to where literally it's like, oh my gosh, my phone's ringing again. It can't be time to eat. I just ate because I haven't been thinking about food. Grill up a piece of chicken, 2 pieces actually. Do you guys know how much a lean and green is? Some of you guys, I found out the other day, people aren't weighing their lean and greens. I'm like, you're kidding me. Do you know how much a 6 ounces of chicken is? Like a breast and a half. It's a lot of meat. Weigh that stuff. Measure out those vegetables. Realign the mind and refocus, okay? Sandy's Kitchen, I'm just saying Sandy is a blogger. Nice lady, but a blogger. She gets a lot of money to prepare recipes, especially many of them are not compliant. Yes, I just said that, okay? I'm just saying, if it tastes too good to be true, it's too good. It's not compliant. Doesn't mean that everything we eat shouldn't taste good. Also, some of you guys were asking, what seasonings do you use? Mrs. Dash. Mrs. Dash is the best, okay? Least amount of salt. And I saw somebody the other day on the page, what do you do to make your coffee taste better? Put salt in it? No. Fastest way to slow down your weight loss, okay? Now, I feel kind of like Uncle Doug coming in here tonight saying all this stuff, what not to do. but I do care a heck of a lot about you, okay? So that's my suggestion on how to have the best fat burn. Rinse and repeat, okay? Splurge on Thanksgiving, have cauliflower pizza, use a few special occasions to have a few things and a few extras if you're like, okay, this is worth it to me. Other than that, follow the guide. And if anyone asks you, hey, can I have, I don't know, check the guide. If it's not in the guide, I don't think so. Okay? Let the guide be your guiding principle and guiding solution for where you want to be. Okay. With that said, I only have a minute left. Drop any questions or comments in the chat. I'll do rapid fire questions really fast in our closing 2 minutes. And yeah, that was a quick 30 minutes. Did not think it would go that fast. All right, so good. T, all right, good questions. You rock. Thank you, Dana. The things he just listed. Cheryl, great. Any other questions, comments? What about nutrition support? Oh, Andrew, someone was going to ask it. Okay, and slow down on your comments because I'll miss them for 1 second. Just push pause on the comments. Let me talk nutrition support real fast. My suggestion is nutrition support are paid nutritionists. Their job is to help you work through funks, but you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? This is my journey. Just because nutrition support said it does not mean it's the gospel, okay? They are there as an extra layer and hey, have you tried this? But you know where your heart and where your mind is at, okay? So also sending in, how does the Costco bacon wrapped cheese puffs count as a lean ingredient? Now I'm being a little bit dramatic there, but you get what I'm saying. Compared to, yeah, it equals 1/2 a lean. My suggestion is stay out of that stuff. You're playing with fire. The fastest way to take weight loss from here to about put it in reverse. Yeah, and I know that we're working on coming into alignment and that type of stuff will get better, but that's my suggestion, okay? How does it work if I split my lean and green and I'm eating 2 hours? Yeah, you just have 3 ounces of chicken and a cup of vegetables for lunch and the other half for dinner, okay? Thank you, Brian. What about vegetarian lean and greens? I'm not real knowledgeable on that. I won't answer that right here. Thanksgiving dinner, use a teaspoon. That's good.
From a teaspoon.
I got Tia right here. She's the pro.
What?
What?
Just laughing to eat from a teaspoon.
I eat every 2 hours and 45 minutes. And I start at 7 in the morning. My last meal is at 8:45. Is that too late? No. Okay. Thank you. I won't say your name because you sent to me privately. Maybe you want to stay private. Remember, Optavia throws out all the, oh, you're not supposed to eat after 7 o'clock. When your body is actually operating properly, you eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. So if for some reason you have a really bad day and you're up all night with the kids, you might have 6 meals, 6 fuelings that day. Heaven forbid 7, okay, because you're awake. Now, we know sleep is better, but whenever you're awake, that is you have your last fueling, even if it's right before bed, your body is working for you all night, as long as you didn't bury it with a big old burger and fries and stuff like that, okay? Last question is, what about exercise and walking during fat burn? Walking is great. If you're doing some light sit-ups around the house is great. My encouragement is if you're in a good fat burn, don't mess it up with going and breaking a big sweat and creating a big huff and puff because your body starts working harder and it'll need more and you'll get hungrier. So we'll talk about that another time or talk with your health coach, but I would save that for the closer you are to your goal weight, because I have had many clients and so many people lose 6,500 to 200 pounds with zero exercise because it's the science of the program. This throws out all calories and all the old stuff, huh, baby?
Yes, it does.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop recording.